Hey everybody, it's Steph Davis here from flipthiswholesaler.net. I am here on this gorgeous Friday afternoon bringing you another edition of Reader Mail. My question this afternoon comes from Rob, and Rob's email says, "Hi Steph, I drove past an abandoned boarded up home in my city that I think would be a good candidate for a wholesale deal. Only problem is I have no idea how to contact the owner. Any ideas on how I can track them down? Thank you, Rob." Well, Rob, I actually found myself in this exact same predicament earlier this week. There's a property located in one of the neighborhoods that I drive through when I'm going to the grocery store. It's abandoned. It's been abandoned for a while. There's no sign in the front yard. So I keep driving past this property, and finally I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do a little research and see what I can dig up, see what's going on here. So the first thing I did when I got home, the county that I live in, our property, the property appraiser website, the property records are online. So I went to the Hillsborough County Property Appraiser's website, put in the address. Once I put in the address, it gives me the owner's name, and it will also, if the owner has updated their new mailing address, sometimes that will show up in there. So you could just send the owner a letter, or you could try sending a letter to that owner to see if it gets forwarded. But I like to I don't like to wait that long. I kind of like to get the owner on the phone. So what I did from there was I took the owner's name, went into Google, did a Google search for the owner's name, and one of the first things that came up was a White Pages listing for this guy. And he has a rather unique name. It's not like Sam Davis or something like that, so I was fairly certain that this was the correct number for the owner. So got the phone number, called the number, and it happened to be disconnected. So from there, what I did was I went into the MLS, and if you don't have access to the MLS, you can have an agent or someone else who has access do this for you. But went into the MLS. I was pretty certain that it wasn't a listed property because, like I said, there's no sign in the front yard, and there hasn't been for quite some time. So, but I went into the MLS and just did a search for that for this particular address to see if it had ever been listed, and indeed it had been listed back in 2009. It was listed for about 4 months, and then it was withdrawn, taken off the market. So on the listing, it gives the listing agent's contact information, their email address, their phone number. So I called this agent up. She was really nice. She ended up actually giving me the homeowner's cell phone number. I don't know, if she was really supposed to do that. Probably not. But sometimes, if you ask nicely enough, you can get people to give you information. So anyway, I got the owner's cell phone number, gave them a call. I left a voicemail. I haven't heard back yet, but if those things don't work, if you're not able to find the information that you need online, in the property records or through Google, most of the time, if I do enough Google searching, I can find what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for a homeowner or an investor, if I spend enough time on Google and do some digging around, I can usually find either an address or a phone number for the person that I'm looking for. I prefer phone numbers. I like to call people directly rather than sending them a letter. But some other things that you can do, if you feel comfortable, if it's in a neighborhood that you feel comfortable going and knocking on doors, you can go to the the neighbors surrounding that live right next door and across the street from the house, and just let them know that you're an investor, you're interested in purchasing that property and fixing it up, and see if they could give you some idea of the owner's whereabouts. If you don't feel comfortable going door to door and knocking, you could send them a letter. Same thing, just let them know you're an investor, you're interested in purchasing the property at whatever the address is, you want to fix it up and make the neighborhood look a lot nicer. That goes over well, a lot of times, especially if it's in a neighborhood like this one is. It's in a decent neighborhood. It's kind of like the crappiest house on the block, so a lot of times, if you speak to the neighbors and let them know that you want to purchase the house and fix it up, they're going to be willing to help you out. So those are just a few suggestions for you. If anyone else watching this has any other suggestions of how they track down owners, feel free to leave your ideas in the comments below. I hope that answered your question, and have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.